Howdy there. So, last night I watched Insidious. I'm divided on the film. I think I would regret not giving it a 7. Though part of me is leaning towards 6. You know, it's right in there, but I feel that a 7 would be fair. It's a good movie, and a good horror movie. It's about a family moving into a house. Then their boy slips into a catatonic state, and things start to appear soon after. You know, things, spirits start to haunt the family soon after that. And they do whatever they can to get rid of the spirits, and, you know, they move houses, seances, the regular, you know, haunted house, ghost movie stuff. There's nothing like too incredibly original here, but it definitely, you know, honors the traditions of the past, and puts a spin on it, at least, that, you know, makes it creepy and cool. Let's see. It stars Patrick Wilson, Rose Byrne. Those are the parents. Those are the two big names. They're in it the most. There's several other actors, some I've never seen before. One, she's a character actor. I wish I knew her name, but I mean, I couldn't pick it out. We've got Lynn Shay, Leigh Whannell. Oh, Barbara Hershey's in it. I forgot that. Barbara Hershey's. Anyway, the character actress I'm trying to think of, I'm sure I've just said her name. You know, the first time I saw her, and will never forget her from Kingpin. She was Woody Harrelson's landlord in Kingpin, and she's unforgettable there. And I've found it impossible to forget her after that performance. So here she's got kind of a major role, and it was good to see her in it. You know, she's very good, and she always brings some level of I don't know if I want to say creepy, but she definitely not normal. You know, she just brings this skewed take to everything she does, and that's no different here. And she's always good. I wish I knew what her name was, but I'm sure it's either Lynn Shay or Leigh Whannell. You know, directed by James Wan, who did this, like at least the first 2 Saw movies. I know he did the first one. He did Dead Silent, that ventriloquist dummy movie. I think that's mostly what he's known for. And this, I would say this is his best film, easily. Let's see who it's written by. Written by Leigh Whannell. Well, that's funny. So she wrote it, and she's in it somewhere. Wow, I wonder who that was. I don't know. That's cool. Anyway, I would say it's Wan's best film. It is very scary. I loved how you can look for things. You know, I saw things, you know, just in the corners. It's like you could freeze frame like most of the complicated like shots, the frames, and you will find something in them that's creepy. You know, it has, you know, it's a ghost story, so like the ghost is there and then it's not, and I think that even in just passing shots, I still think there are a lot of faces, a lot of images that, you know, you don't think you see, but are there. So it is very, you know, creepy, cool, And it is very scary, you know, especially when you watch it at home, and it's about a haunted house. It's definitely the best haunted house film in recent memory. Whether it's one of the great horror pictures, I don't know about that, you know. This did make a lot of money in the theater. I am kind of upset that I didn't get to see it in the theater. I think it would have even been more terrifying, and I probably would have liked it even more if I saw it in the theater. It did make a lot of money for being, you know, it's considered a, you know, kind of like a blockbuster success, dealing that it had such a low budget and made such a lot of money. And I'm sure we'll have a long life on DVD. Frankly, I'm a little bit bitter because I think it's getting a lot of attention for taking a lot of what Drag Me to Hell did. Drag Me to Hell, one of my favorite movies of recent memories. I think it is probably the best horror film of, like, was it this? No, I guess it couldn't be this decade. It'd be last decade. I love Drag Me to Hell, you know, and, like, I think it got to number 10. You know, nobody saw it, and I couldn't understand, you know, why no one saw it, because, well, one, it was the work of a man who practically invented the genre that most horror films operate in today, and, again, Drag Me to Hell was awesome. Drag Me to Hell puts this movie to shame, and this movie, you know, wants to be Drag Me to Hell. So, if you liked Insidious and you've never seen Drag Me to Hell, get on it. You know, I can't stress that, you know, enough. You must see Drag Me to Hell. This pales in comparison. But it still was very atmospheric. The music was great. Very, very creepy. You know, the lighting switches. There's a lot of different reds, you know, blues that even, like, plays into, like, trying to track down the spirits. They can only be visible under certain lights. So that, you know, was cool. I mean, it all technically looks very good. The performances are okay. You know, they're, I mean, pretty much one note. I would say that Patrick Wilson gets the most to do here. Rose Byrne just kind of has to be terrified and gorgeous the whole time and worried about her family. Again, the character actress, that I can't think of her name, the psychic, seance leader, whatever she is, she's very good. The two ghost techs, you know, they're very good. All, you know, the performances are good. Maybe a little one note, but, you know, still they give it their all. And it is just very creepy. You know, there's a lot of weird touches. There's not a lot of movies like this. I guess that's what makes it so good and original, is that, I mean, it takes its time. You know, it takes its time scaring you, and not many movies do that anymore. It's very atmospheric. It doesn't rely on loud, shocking noises to scare you, even though they do have that. It's, you know, it's not near as prevalent as it is in other films. One thing, this is just my preference, but it made me really like it, is that there's a lot of uses of lanterns in this movie, like modern electric fluorescent lanterns, you know, just carrying it like this and going into dark spaces. I really like that because it's like a shout out to the old school horror. And I mean, I'm talking old school horror, where they would walk through dark corridors with a lantern, you know, though it was gas or propane or whatever, and now it's an electric lantern. It's still, you know, people creeping through dark places with a lantern going like this. And it made me think of, you know, the original Frankenstein, the original Dracula, the old Universal horror films. I just slipped my mind. Nosferatu, right? Yes, I think that's the name of it. You know, it reminded me of the oldest horror movies. So I think that's cool. I think the people who made this movie, their producers also did Paranormal Activity. And again, James Wan has done other horror films, basically only horror films. They obviously love the genre. And they wanted to make a movie to honor that genre and maybe to push it in a new direction, showing where they are, where they're at now, what can be done. So that's very cool to me. That's very cool. All of the creature designs, all the ghost designs, really, really sweet. Technically, this movie is gorgeous and highly effective. Some characters disappear, namely the kids. They just go somewhere, and again, the movie ends very abruptly, so we don't really get to see anything about the aftermath. But it can't be good. But yeah, some of the characters, again, I realize are just kids and basically plot devices anyway, but they do just go away, I think that's always at some level of irresponsible to not provide at least some kind of wrap up for them. But the movie is very cool. I watched it with my roommates, and late at night. It was fun. It was fun. Was it great? No, probably not. But it was a lot of fun, and it is really good. I mean, it's a 7. So, that's pretty good. I'm not sure what else to say about it. If you're a horror movie fan, you probably already know about it. You've probably already watched it. I can recommend this to pretty much anyone, but if you're a horror movie buff, then you're definitely going to like it. Maybe more than I did, even. But I will say that all the attention that this movie's gotten, I wish that some of it would have gone to Drag Me to Hell. I think this is in the shadow of Drag Me to Hell, easily. And I think it even kind of, knows it, in a way. So go ahead and see Insidious. It's a 7, but then you've got to see Drag Me to Hell, because that's a 10 for me. But this is about Insidious, and it was a good watch. I had a good time. Very creepy, atmospheric, scary, fun. And it's a 7. So, thanks.